Find the asymptotes, if any, of the rational function f of x equals 4 over 3 minus x. All right, so we know that there's two types of asymptotes that we're working with, right? We call them the horizontal asymptotes and the vertical asymptotes. Okay, so the vertical asymptote is actually pretty straightforward. Okay, so first thing we want to do is we want to cancel out any common factors. In this case, there are none. Okay, so once we've done that, to find the vertical asymptote, all we do is we just set the denominator equal to 0. Okay. Now remember, the vertical asymptote is where the function does not exist. Okay, so essentially what we're doing is we're finding the domain of this function, okay, and that value is going to be where the vertical asymptote exists. Okay, so let's set the denominator equal to 0. So 3 minus x is equal to 0. We'll add the x to both sides, so x equals 3. So remember, this is actually the equation of a vertical line, and that is where this vertical asymptote occurs. Now, to find the horizontal asymptote, right, we got to do three things essentially. Right? We have to get the power of the numerator, or the degree, right, and the degree of the denominator, and to compare them. Okay, so in this case, the degree of the numerator, well, 4, right? There's no x, right? There's no x in the numerator, so the degree of the numerator is 0. And the denominator, we see that the highest power of x here is just this guy, right? So that's x to the first power. So the degree of the denominator is equal to 1. So in this case, we want to compare them, right? So since the degree of the denominator is greater, okay, that means the horizontal asymptote occurs at the line y equals 0. Okay, so remember, for horizontal asymptotes, you have to compare the degrees of the numerator and denominator. So in this case, because the degree of the denominator is greater, the horizontal asymptote will always be y equals 0. So in this case, your horizontal asymptote is y equals 0, and your vertical asymptote is x equals 3. Now, I know it doesn't say to graph this, but we can graph it with just the asymptotes, right? Okay, so remember, the vertical asymptote is a vertical line, and in this case, it's going to go through the point x equals 3. So here's the x-axis, here's x equals 3. That is a vertical line that goes through that point, right? X equals 3. The horizontal asymptote is the line y equals 0. Here's the y-axis, 0 here. So the horizontal asymptote will look something like this.